Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my video series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So this latest kick that I'm on is called Book 'em Danno, and it's all about songs that share titles with book titles. And that might not have been intentional. It might have been, knowing some of these songwriters, it probably was, but it doesn't always, follow the plot of the book super carefully. So we thus far have looked at the song Islands in the Stream, which is by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, written by the Bee Gees and produced by them as well. And that's actually one of two Bee Gees written songs that shares a title with the Hemingway novel, the other one being For Whom the Bell Tolls, which we talked about in my very first blog. We also looked at the song Brave New World by Styx, which shares a title with the Aldous Huxley novel of the same name, and that was the title track to their 1999 album. Now we are going to continue looking at title tracks, and this is the song Tempest by Bob Dylan. So when Dylan released his 35th studio album, Tempest, there were rumors circling around that it could be his final studio album since it was also Shakespeare's final play. Dylan said that was ridiculous because Shakespeare's final play was called The Tempest, and this album was just called Tempest. But spare me your pickiness about the absence of a definite article. This song was definitely inspired by the Shakespeare play that he no doubt wrote after he finished speaking to some French girl in the alley. Anyway, the song lyrically tells the tale of a ship called Tempest and how it went down on one of its voyages. Unlike other songs about shipwrecks, such as The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, there's nothing in the beginning of the song that indicates trouble. The sky was clear, and even into the third verse, the lights were holding steady, gliding over the foam, but then it alludes to the death of the passengers with the line, "The lords and ladies were headed for their eternal home." Then all of a sudden there's a shift in the mood. The orchestra on the ship was suddenly playing songs of faded love. The second through seventh verses contained contrasts of what people were doing while the ship was sinking. Everyone was going about their business like normal. But for the remaining stanzas, it discusses everything going wrong on the ship. Melodically and structurally, the song uses the same chord progression throughout, which is a G, C, G, D, G pattern. That is, with the song written in G, a 1-4-1-4-5 pattern. Structurally, the song contains 45 verses and clocks in at 13 minutes and 54 seconds, which, believe it or not, is not Dylan's longest song, although it was at the time. There was Highlands in 1997, which is somewhere around 11 and a half minutes, which he said was the short version when the producer asked him. But this one, like I said, clocks in at just under 14 minutes. Like I said, it's a phenomenal song, even though it's a little bit on the longer side. And like I said, it is the short version, but I'm so happy that he was able to whittle it down to 45 verses and recognize that the chorus would have been overkill and unnecessary to get the point across. 45 verses should do it. Tempest is embedded below, as is the plot to the Shakespeare play of the same name. Next, we are going to talk in my next video about Love and War, a song by Brad Paisley featuring the legendary John Fogerty. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you check out all my other videos and my blog on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. Thank you so much.